But leadership's everything.
Right.
And it's part of our job as parents to protect our kids.
Correct, hon.
Not only just protect their minds, but protect their hearts.
That's right.
Protect everything about who they are. And we were watching our little girl fade quick.
Correct.
And we needed to get in there, and then we needed to make some decisions, and we needed to not conform.
Hello, everyone. We are Greg and Jacquie Francis, and welcome to High Performance Parenting, where our passionate goal is to encourage you to raise champion children in a crazy world. Every week, we will bring you multiple episodes from our extensive experience of raising our six happy, healthy, successful, godly kids who are confidently equipped to win big in life.
We deeply believe that any parent who is provided with the right knowledge and continual support can raise amazing kids. And when they do, all of our futures get better. If raising up future generations of absolute champions matters to you as much as it does to us, here's how you can contribute. Like and share this podcast with everyone you know. And together, let's embrace this journey of raising champion kids in a crazy world. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
How's things going for you?
Well, pretty good. We just came out from a fun couple of day family vacay.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah.
Lake time, little pontoon boat. Fast one, of course. We've got a fast one. Tubing. We were wakeboarding, swimming.
Well, we say we, not really you and me.
Well, I was driving the boat. You were lounging in the front.
Yeah.
Well, you were helping with the flag.
I did.
When kids fell off,
That's right. I was very helpful. I was like, slow down, stop. Oh, stop. We lost a kid.
Yeah.
Flag up. Actually, I didn't get a lot of control. Hunter was in charge of the flag. Mm-hmm. And she was doing a great job.
Yeah. A lot of little leaders want to lead everything.
Yeah.
On that boat.
That's okay.
No, it's good. It's been a good summer. We've been having a lot of fun. I feel like it's starting to get close to feeling like it's winding down.
Yeah.
And we have another month of some really fun family vacations, an Alaskan cruise coming up, and I don't know what else. We got some other stuff too, right?
We might go pontoon boating again.
Might do one more, at least another
chance.
golf and boat day probably. You and I are going up to one of our favorite date locations up on the lake, a couple hours north of here.
Yeah, it's like we have about 30 days left, and that's about it. Then we're going to get back into our fall routine.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's ready.
Yeah, I think they're ready. And it kind of is going to start sooner than that, really, I feel. Because we're going to go to Alaska and come back, and then it's like golf tryouts, and it's cross-country starts for the other kids. And so it's going to be a 5-day-a-week sports schedule again, which for us is like this school year.
Right.
Right.
Well, that's true. And
Yeah.
they're going to start their homework up and stuff. We actually don't start school until after Labor Day. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like strange to us how school starts middle of August. Mm-hmm. That's not how you and I grew up. So we don't do it with our kids, but we do have a little routine just because all the schools start, sports does start. So it's kind of a routine start, and kind of we do it slow. We kind of, Yeah,
we're not good at conforming.
Yeah.
So, I remember when we sent our kids to that Montessori school.
Yeah.
And, we're paying whatever, like $10,000 a kid, and they're in first grade,
Right. I mean, we were funding the whole school, but yes.
And they were giving us a hard time about missing time, remember?
Yeah.
And we didn't want to start till after Labor Day, so we just didn't. And then they were 2 weeks late for school, and they're threatening us and all this stuff.
Know.
And
so silly. It just goes to show it's so silly. It was a Montessori school, which the first one we went to was really nice. They worked with us so well, surprisingly. It was they were very on board with family dynamics of us. Obviously, our kids thrived. Yeah. So they wanted our kids in their school system. They saw the value that we brought and was really good about, okay, you want to take a day or two off? Great. You do you, and come back and enjoy school. And I mean, that was great. The second one, it didn't do well with our dynamic. And they just were intelligent people. Like, we are.
It's all leadership, right? I mean, it's if there's a culture of control, which basically means that whoever's the number one guy who has the biggest title, seems like he's in charge of making the most decisions. If he has this mentality that, hey, listen, I'm the guy, everybody else is kind of below me, beneath me. We're doing you a favor by letting you come to our school. Then you have people like us who are like, say, what? Like, I'm paying you like $50,000 a year for my kids to go color by themselves in the corner. Are you serious?
Hopefully more than that, but
I've been in your class. I get the Montessori concept. You just go wander around and do what you feel like all day. And so I'm like,
honestly, it's a funny topic. to go back, now that you're kind of bringing this back, it kind of brings up a topic for us real quick. Because to be honest with you, so we first started Montessori with our kids because we did not want to do public schools. We just lived in an area where the public school was not an option for us. And really, we just weren't on board with their philosophy. There wasn't a private Christian school near us at the time or around us. And so our next choice was a Montessori school. And the first one we went to, the kids were young. They were in like kindergarten, first and second grade, I think it was. And they actually thrived there. It was in a small town in Illinois, very quaint, very cute.
Yeah, and as you're saying, there's the right people there.
Yes, we actually enjoyed the principal.
The right principal.
We really enjoyed them.
Yeah,
they worked
they
well with us.
treated us like customers.
Yes.
They made our family feel like we're welcome and important there.
Yes, they were they were so well. Even, my philosophy and your philosophy was, for our kids, we don't go full day kindergarten. We only go half day kindergarten. They don't go full school until first grade. They never pressured us. There was many kids that did full day, but they never pressured us and never made us feel like our kids were behind. All the things. So we worked very well with them. When we moved up to our next home, which was our lake home in Wisconsin, there was another Montessori school. We kind of looked around and there was one available.
Yeah.
And their philosophy was completely different. There were two people in charge, that kindergarten lady, teacher, and then the principal, who worked hand in hand. And as soon as we came in, they seemed very welcoming. It wasn't like they weren't trying. But then once we kind of signed up, they were like, and by the way, here's our rules. It was kind of sneaky to us.
It was.
And so now we had kids in like second grade-ish, and like A, B, and C were in second grade-ish, sharing classrooms because that's what they do.
Yeah.
And honestly, the first three thrived because they were kind of past some of the stuff. They were in full day. But then as we brought in two more kids, at that point we had 5 kids. It was new to us, and they kept pressuring us with our youngest. So it was our youngest, our son and our daughter, Druce and Ellie, were our last 2 that went there. Remember, they kind of started pressuring us that Druce had to go full-time kindergarten.
Yeah.
And somehow we kind of were like, fine, he can do it like 3 days a week because we knew it wasn't good, but we were like, if he's having fun, we'll try it.
We're also kind of new to having kids in school, and so we're just like everything as a parent, I feel
totally.
Like, you kind of hear stuff from different people and everybody has a philosophy, but you don't really know who to trust. And you don't know if the school really knows what they're talking about, but at the same time, this is what they do for a living. So you want to trust them. And so we're in this like, almost like experimenting.
Right.
I would call it like educated experimenting. Like we weren't just like whatever thrown
No.
We would try to learn everything we could, try to do as much research as we could, try to get the right kind of opinions that we could, that we trusted.
Sit in the classrooms. I sat in the classrooms to study. Yes.
But then you're getting such a hard sell that you're almost like questioning yourself. Well, maybe we should let them do this. Maybe they do need this. And that's kind of where we were, right?
So then Drew started. He actually was having a blast. Our son has the personality where he will have fun doing anything.
Yeah.
Literally, like he can have fun going, doing, being
Other
anywhere.
than like classwork, but.
No, but even that, he's smart. So he could get it done quickly.
He just gets it done.
He just gets it done quickly, and then he could go play.
What I mean is he wouldn't do well like in a public school structured system. We have to sit for 8 hours a day and not have,
any fun.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if anybody does. But
I don't know if anybody does, actually.
Does,
To be honest with you, I don't think it's a boy or a girl thing. I think nobody. So then what happened, though, is Druce and Ellie are best friends. And they did life every day together. Ellie, when Druce was in kindergarten, Ellie would be quote unquote in preschool. Our philosophy with all of our other kids was nobody goes to school until kindergarten. Like I know everyone has their own idea why you have to do it. Sometimes it's because parents work. Sometimes it's just because of your own decision. For Greg and I, we had made a choice. Our kids are not going to go to preschool. They're going to enjoy time at home.
Yeah.
We want to enjoy them. They don't need to be in school. We will teach them what they need to, and they can go to kindergarten for half day.
Right.
And then after that, we'll move on to first, second, third, and so on. Ellie begged us. She begged us to go to school. And honestly, you and I were just like, gosh, she just wants to be with Druce. I don't even know if she wants to go to school. She just wants to be with Druce. So we thought, well, maybe we'll let her go like twice a week. Half day, twice a week. If she wants to go this bad, like we can afford it, let's just send her. And you and I were debating back and forth. We were praying about it. We were thinking about it. And the moral of the story was we finally set her up to go. She was so excited. I have every picture of her getting ready for school. She was so excited to get to go with her brother to school. And we get there, and the first day, of course, she's shy, just like everybody. And Drews is trying to show her the way and all the stuff. And as the weeks went on, Ellie is not a shy person, but she's a quieter person, I would say. She's not shy. There's a difference.
Yeah.
But she's quieter. Isn't that how you would explain her?
Yeah.
But as she got more going in school, she did not come out of her quietness.
She probably got more quiet.
Right. And before I knew it, I was getting letters that said, Ellie would not participate today. Ellie would not talk today. Ellie would not. And I kept getting these letters. I'm like, hey, Ellie, what's going on, honey? Like, do you not like school, honey? What's happening? And so this was over about a 2-month period. This is happening. And you and I were like, okay, do we stop doing this? Because is that what you and I were in heavy conversation. I remember every night I would get these little letters. And finally, I just remember after whatever, let's just say the 5th letter or something like that. I picked her up. We had to run some errands, and I'm opening the little letter, and it just said, Ellie would not participate today. She wouldn't talk. I just looked at her. I go, Ellie, honey, do you like school? What's going on? And she goes, well, I just want to be with Drews, and they won't let me be with Drews.
Yeah, I remember that.
What do you mean, honey? And they're like, well, when he tries to help me, they don't let Drews help me. They don't let us be together. And I just want to be with Drews. And I just remember my heart sunk because I was just like,
what?
What?
So then we had to ask them.
And so we asked them.
And then it was their philosophy that they don't let siblings really interact because you're trying to interact with other kids or whatever their rule was.
I really didn't understand it. For whatever reason, it did not make sense to us. And at that point, I remember just looking at you and be like, I think we need to stop. You're like, I agree. We just we're just done. And the thing that probably bothered me the most is not so much that, because we kind of let them know, hey, we're just going to stop. We just feel like our daughter's not quite ready for it. We don't really understand your philosophy. So in general, we're not okay with this right now. We're going to stop.
Yeah.
And instead of them patting us on the back and saying, as parents, you know what's best for your kid. Mm-hmm. This child's in preschool. Your other kids are thriving. Mm-hmm. Clearly you're doing something right. Maybe your kid needs some more time home. They literally let us know why we were in the wrong.
Yeah.
And they were in the right.
Yeah.
And then after that, they reminded me that, well, then she can't come back for XYZ. Like there was like a daddy and daughter breakfast coming up. Remember that? I was so upset.
We already paid for everything.
They weren't giving us anything back.
No.
And they wouldn't even allow our kid to come and maybe have one more fun thing and decide to come. And I just remember as a parent, you and I were like, we were doing the right thing. Ellie came home. We had the best year with her. It was so fun.
She started blossoming again.
She got quality time with you. She got quality time with me. We picked Drews up a lot of times, half days, because that was who she wanted to be with.
That's right.
And that was for
Which
us.
Then they tried to get us in trouble for again. Like it was just and we're not knocking Montessori systems at all.
No, not at all.
That's
We
not
actually
it.
enjoyed our first one a lot.
I'm kind of just, being a little sarcastic about some things, but obviously they have a good thing that they do.
Totally.
But leadership's everything.
Right.
And it's part of our job as parents to protect our kids.
Correct, hon.
Not only just protect their minds, but protect their hearts.
That's right.
Protect everything about who they are. And we were watching our little girl fade quick.
Correct.
And we needed to get in there, and then we needed to make some decisions, and we needed to not conform.
Right.
Because that's what the play would be. And I will tell you, in our world, we are all trained to conform. We're all trained to fit in.
Right.
And the reality is, if you want to actually be successful in anything, you're going to have to be willing to look silly. You're going to be willing to not be in agreement with people. And it's a hard thing in the moment.
It is.
But everything we look back on, whenever we've chosen to have that kind of courage, especially for standing up for our kids, I mean, it's really paid off. Like, I can't even explain how much. And so yeah, I mean, it's if there's probably a message to parents out there, I think you and I would both agree. It's like, you know what? Just remember, schools don't know what's best for your family more than you do. Nobody does.
Right. I think that if there's anything, schools don't know best, doctors don't always know best.
That's right.
Whatever. Professionals don't know best. Whatever you name the thing, you're the parent.
You
need
know
to use
best.
your discernment.
That's right.
And when somebody supports you as a parent and says, hey, you're the parent. You know your child best.
Yeah.
Here's something I'm seeing that you might want to consider. But in the end, I want to support what you come up with because clearly you see and love your child the best.
Yeah, and people are tired of it.
Yeah, I
It's
agree.
growing more and more. It's like enough of this stuff. Don't treat our kids like they're your property.
That's right.
They're our responsibility. God gifted them to us, and it's our job to steward them well. And we got to take that really seriously. It's like one of our core philosophies that these aren't just our kids; these are God's kids.
Right.
And so it's our job to manage this environment for them the way that God wants us to,
Right.
versus the way a school system wants us to, or a health system wants us to, or anything. It's our job, and you have to take it serious. And I know there's people probably out there like, well, yeah, but I don't have the options you do with being able to not work for other than from home like we do, et cetera. And it's like, my message is simple. I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just want to tell you, be motivated to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Figure it out. There are ways. There are ways to work from home. There are ways to create income in other different non-traditional ways. That's what we figured out. And so I would just encourage parents out there, if you're having a little tension in your stomach about the situation maybe your kids are in a school system or wherever, maybe that is something telling you that it's time to make some changes, time to get some fixing happening here. You'll never regret it, following your heart, following your gut instinct, and ultimately doing the best thing you can to protect your precious little kids, right?
That's good.
Yeah. Good for you too.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey everyone, thanks for listening and thanks for your love and support. We hope that today's episode added tremendous value to you and your family. It would mean so much to us if you would partner with us on our mission of helping parents around the globe raise champion children in this crazy world.
To do so, simply take a moment to like and share this podcast with everyone in your network. See you next time.